trip?
It was life-changing.
Yeah.
It was life-changing.
So what for you? Because you had wanted to go on a trip to Africa for so long.
Yes.
What for you stands out as a moment of real shock and awe?
Well, this is kind of awe. Like the last night on safari, our guide, his name was Joshua, and he's from Zimbabwe, and he is an amazingly trained safari guide. Like, you know, I mean, and Gilbert and him got into stories because he would like, this grass is what the termites eat to build the, and he'd get off the Jeep and peel the grass. And then we stopped one time for 45 minutes or an hour and just watched the elephants and how they herd towards the water pool and then away from it. Like that kind of stuff, you go, oh, it's just life happening. We saw two cheetahs eating a kudu, you know, and just ripping its guts out and its entrails and everything. Was awesome. But it was life, you know, that was really amazing. And then you see how much we're destroying it.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, this is the balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the balance of our profession is to go to the places we need to go, and to stay conscious. You know, I remember my mother went to India.
How was Ireland, though? You have to tell me your mother. Go ahead.
No, I'll tell you quickly. But my mother went to India, and my mother said, it's so painful to see the reality of how most of the world lives. And you know, I mean, India is beautiful. It's extremes. It's like gorgeous, exotic, and also extreme poverty, all mixed all together. So Ireland was beautiful, and awesome. In the countryside. Countryside is awesome. It's like beautiful vistas, and you have the feeling of a world in which you can imagine Shakespeare writing about the storms off the coast of Ireland. We were on a boat. We were on a boat going to the Aran Islands, and literally the water was going up. I mean, it's so high that the swells of the boat, this little tugboat we're on, was going up and down and side to side, and the sailors were completely relaxed. And I turned to one of them and I said, "You're so relaxed, and here we are all freaking out. Like how bad does the water really get?" And he said, "Well, when the swells are 4 meters high, that's when we can't even land the boat." And you know, and I just thought, like, this is the world that has created these people. And the Irish people were so lovely. It's a really
hilarious.
And hilarious.
I worked at Irish Rep, right? In New York City,
and magnificent. And you were talking about Joshua, telling stories. Like the Irish too are storytellers. And Sean is from Jamaica, and the Jamaicans and the Irish, like there were lots of Irish who settled in Jamaica, and Sean says that the storytelling reminded her so much of life in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Just amazing storytellers, and for me, like you mentioning Joshua, for me the most extraordinary thing was the people we connected to. And that for me is, it's like we met some really amazing people. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And we saw some theater, which was nice too. We went to the Abbey Theater.
Nice.
Yeah, and it reminded me. We saw a play. It's called Katie Roach, and it's an older play. it's about a woman. It's almost like the Irish version of A Doll's House. And it was really lovely. It was really lovely to see theater again, and to be reminded, oh, you know, this is the thing. This is the part of what we do that, you know, as you said, like, will we be replaced by computer animation or whatever?
Yeah.
The amazing thing about theater is that it's really about human beings with human beings, and you know, being in front of the other, and that magnificent experience of sort of stepping into that world, and especially in a culture where it's so treasured, you know, and it was lovely. So, yay! So let's talk about. I mean, I would love to know more about from you, Valorie, about what is the change that's happening that you experience in the industry? Like what is happening that's so fast?
Okay, so the breakdowns. So it used to be studio. Now it's breakdowns and agents, and that's old. And there's so much work. There's more work than there's ever been. And the roads to get there through the breakdowns people are skipping that. Mm. So they're like, if the breakdowns are like a broken old bridge, right? And so there's a lot of people. So people are just crossing the river. So, you know, that's what's happening. That's why it's the Wild West. Mm. So you have to take your flag, stick it in the sand, and claim your spot and who you are and your brand, and tell your story. So that's what all of my clients are doing. So because you have to have social media, like, it's non-negotiable with my clients. We don't, you know, it's like they have to have it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
not even something that you can maybe do anymore.
I love that image that you're sticking your flag in the ground and claiming your spot.
Yeah.
You know, traveling through Ireland, we saw lots and lots of coats. You know, the coat of arms.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you were a soldier, or, you know, a warrior or whatever, you had your shield, mm-hmm. your coat of arms.
Right.
And you also may have had a scarf that identified your colors, and they would say, like, your colors, right? Your flag, your shield. And also, in the Irish tradition and the Scottish, they had weaves of clothing that identified them.
Yeah.
And it's almost like we have to figure out, what is our shield? What's our coat of arms? What do we stand for? Who are we when we hold up? You know, we're presenting ourselves in the world. What is that coat of arms?
Yeah. What is what do you stand for? Exactly. And, you know, remember, like, in my first Game Changer, I had, what did I stand for? And it was early in the workbook. And I was like, well, that's too early for you guys, right? But the truth is, that's where I was going. I just didn't know it then. And now, 2 years later, going into my third Game Changer, I know something. And I just said this to my coaches. I have, you know, 5 coaches now who are amazing. Carolyn, Mathia, Brian, and Scott. And they all are so individual. And, you know, I said to them that I wanted them to really be in touch with my message, because what I pride myself on, and what I know, is to keep evolving, is to keep changing, because you have to keep up now. You know, everything's changing so fast. So I think that something is going to happen, and it's probably going to have to do with a rating system. Maybe like how many credits you have, or what union you're in, or what your social media is. Most importantly, you're not going to need a headshot anymore, I don't think. I think that you're probably going to either need a selfie, or, like, you could take a picture of me right here, right now, and I could use that as my headshot. Look how cute I'm in. This is supposed to be like this.
I like the color coordination.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Okay, it's like I staged it.
Well, what you just said, it totally resonates for me. I recently talked to someone who was saying that the casting directors literally will look at your headshot, go on to Actors Access, look at how you represent yourself, and then they'll look at like your reel. They want everything to be immediately like this is how you look right now. They're not interested in how you can look your best. You know, like what you know. It's really like if we call you in tomorrow, what are you going to look like?
Right.
If we call you in tomorrow, who is the person we're getting? And from you know my wife Sean is a producer, right? And she talks about how the industry is that fast. Like they just like their production schedule is so tight. They don't have time. They don't have time to waste. You know, they want you to be camera ready. They want to know exactly what you're going to come in with. So this is the industry, as you say, the Wild West. Like you know, you're going to ride up on your horse, and you're going to like whatever you're going to do, you're going to deliver it. You know, right now.
Yeah. And so you have to present yourself now as a whole three-dimensional product. Like you got to have a story. You've got to really be, have a platform. You know, that's been the evolution of my thought. You know, that's where it's gone. It's like, oh, it's like a stage and people come into your theater, and don't worry about having to start the story over every time new people come into the theater. Just keep telling the story, because the people that were already there will tell those people your story for you. That's how gossip works.
It's also like social media also creates a record.
Yes.
So if we go on someone's YouTube channel and we see 20 things, we can actually go through and see what they've been doing, what they've been creating. And you create that record. You know, it's kind of like a living reel. Like if you think of an actor's reel,
yeah,
it's like social media is a living reel. And yeah, it's interesting what you said about the headshot. That the headshot, we don't need the headshot anymore. It is like if we think of the three-dimensional product,
yeah.
right? That's not a headshot.
No. That's like a hologram or a, you know, I mean, it's going to happen really fast. It's just technology is changing at rapid space. So it is kind of like all those movies are coming true. It's kind of crazy. So work fast, kids. Get it together. Get your acting career happening.
What do you in terms of like if you were to talk to a young actor who says, you know, okay, what should I do then if it's not a headshot? Like what do you recommend someone puts on their social media?
I don't think you should. You know, look, I think that you can't. I don't want to boo-boo headshots that you shouldn't have them. I mean, you know, this is how I explain it to my clients. So I'm just going to explain it to you. You either are living in one of two quadrants, right? And most people are in both right now. So this one quadrant is you get an agent and the agent gets you in the room. Okay? And you can still play a good game in there because you can develop the relationships with the casting directors and the directors and the producers and all that. And I have plenty of successful, and we have successful clients together that are series regulars and things. So, you know, that way works. But the other way now is build your own platform, make them come to you, build your social media, and get your show picked and made, right? Or your idea done, right? So the thing is, this side, which is like the left side, right? The side that's, you know, get your stuff done. It's the new way, so it's only going to get more and more popular, which is therefore going to push this side out. Do you see?
Yeah.
Right now, you have to play in this side if you want to play in the future. If you want to have a career beyond a year from now.
Yep.
You have to do it now.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, and if you can't do it yourself, then that's why James and I are here.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me as a coach when I work with people. Like, you know, there was a time when I was coaching people for, you know, for going into the room and auditioning for stage, right? And that still happens, but what happens more and more frequently is that I'm coaching people for self-taping, and I'm putting people on camera, and that is that is becoming the norm. That's becoming the way people get seen, the way people submit.
Yeah. So if you want to do a really good one, you go to James. He coaches you, puts you on camera, and sends it. I'm sure though before the end of the week I'll have an audition that James will need to put me on camera for. I'll be shocked if not. I just had to dye my hair for that commercial.
Oh, good. What was commercial?
For State Farm.
That's awesome.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. I don't know. Anyway.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
It was fun.
That's excellent.
It was a good time. I mean, I was good. I'm just excited about money. I hope no, I will make money. I am making money. So I want to get back to your question about should that kid get a headshot. What he should get before a headshot is he should get a brand. He should get answers to these questions. Can you name, you need to have at least 4 strong adjectives that you can whip out that are really attached to who you are. Your brand needs to be singular. You can't be this and this and this and this. If you haven't sold anything, you need to put something out there, and only then, when you put it out there, will you be able to collect the data to see if it works or it doesn't work. So once you find the thing that works as an actor, you keep doing it until you're bored of it. The problem is you get bored. But it's a business.
Yeah.
It's such a business. I invited my cousin to your class tonight.
Oh, awesome.
He just finished the national tour of, he played the Josh Gag part in the national tour of the, you know, what's the Mormon thing? The Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon, yeah.
Yeah. And so, and he has 2 agents fighting over him, but he really gets it. Like, he gets that he's in charge. Of course, he's related to me. Yeah. So what I think is, if you're a good-looking kid and you can, and an agent's going to pay attention to you, and you're young, then you should get a headshot and go get an agent. I mean, that's what I did with Liam. You know, it's like, get the headshot, we'll get the guy, and then you'll be in the room. But in the meantime, he's taking classes at different places, you know, like meeting the buyers.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I do get those kind of clients that I meet with. But I also have clients that were over there and it wasn't working so well for them. They had maybe big agents. They had, and they weren't just getting, they had huge agents and they weren't getting auditions, or they just never could settle on an agent, or every time I saw them on Facebook, they had just gotten new headshots, like for the last 10 years, but they don't have a resume. It's like, it's just that their focus is on the wrong thing. Your focus should not be on the headshots. That's the most important thing. Your focus needs to be on your customer base. So after you know what you're selling, so you want it 4 adjectives. You want to know who your doppelgangers are. So what do I mean by that? People that you look like and people that you act like. Okay? And then you want to have specific roles that you could have played. And be real, don't be crazy. But don't also self-doubt yourself, you know? You know, you have to find the truth of it, and it can be a process, and you're not going to be completely branded when you start. You'll figure it out as you go along. So all you need is a picture and a clip, you know, and a pit, which actually we're doing at our meetup in New York City on Thursday.
Oh, great.
we're doing our first meetup, meetup.com. We're under New York City Actors, and we're doing a meetup at Soho, WeWork, Soho West, which is 175 Barrett. We're doing it from 10 to 12 on Thursday and from 2 to 4 on Thursday. And we're going to be doing brand to pitch.
That's
so
great.
That little segment I just talked about, that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So if you're in New York, you should come and get branded to pitch. We're almost sold out. I mean, I think we're almost full. I'll let it go over a little bit because there's always people that it's free, so people will not show.
So there's something you said. So this is, and I think it's wonderful. Specific roles you can play, and this is really important because a lot of young actors are like, I can play everything.
No, you can't.
Exactly.
I have to plug in this computer. Hold on. I didn't do that. I'm such a bad webinar person. Keep going.
Well, one of the clues to who we are in the industry is actually how we get cast and what we get called in for.
Yeah.
Right. We have to pay attention because in a way that's there's a term in the business world, evergreen, an evergreen product, an evergreen sale, which is you put something on the market and it sells so well that you as the salesperson don't have to touch it. Right? It just sells. So you create a website and you've got it and it just keeps on selling. We have to know what our evergreen product is. Like what is the thing that James Hallett or Valorie Hubbard is going to get?
Mine.
Exactly. Right?
The nosy neighbor.
Right.
The bossy wench.
And we have to identify that because that's the thing that we're going to make our money on.
Yeah, that's your cash in the door.
Right.
So, you all have ways of bringing cash in the door right now. You all have jobs to pay the bills. Some girl the other day, I'm serious, told me to one of my emails, she said, well, I live in New York, so I can't come to the Game Changer in Los Angeles. And I was like, there's airplanes. And there's a lot of people coming from New York. And she says, yeah, but I have to fully support myself. And I thought, yeah.
Welcome to being an actor.
All adults.
Yeah.
Right? Hello. So do we all. Okay. So come and change your life because I changed Joy. I had a part in changing Joy Nash's life. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it is. So, let me make sure that I know the four. You said there were.
I think we have questions. Can I just say we have questions?
We do. Where are they?
I don't know. There's chat. Can you join a meetup through here?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, New York City Actors. Yes, Tina Walsh. Thank you. Hey, and Tina Walsh, make sure that we're sharing this on Facebook. I'm sure you are. You're amazing, Tina Walsh. Okay. Let me zoom out. You can't see it. Okay. So.
Good.
So here's another thing.
Yeah.
New York is behind Los Angeles. I just want to say that. That's my perception, but I think it's a true thing. They've always been that way with the business. So, because that's where the mothership is. So they're not going to go quietly into the night. The old ways of doing things, just a precaution. So you might get hit by some of the shrapnel, but it's got to happen or we're dead in the water. So, it's like a revolution for actors kind of, but it is. So know that, sometimes you're going to go out there, especially in New York, and people are going to be mean to you. Right.
So it's funny because as a New Yorker, the way that I would say it is that in Los Angeles, people aren't going to tell you the truth of what they feel about you. Like in New York, the meanness is the truth, right? Like that.
Yeah. Okay, so good point, because I just had someone on the group call talk about that. I'm just thinking about how I say that, but talking about I can't.
The difference between the cities, right? And the
yes. I think you know, I think that the most important thing is for every person, every actor to come from a place of honesty, of truth, right? And usually the thing that's the most messed up about you, the thing that you think people think is stupid, or the thing that you take for granted, or your fatness, or your stupidness, or your inability to form a whole sentence, all of those things are your gold. Right? So I went to a Modern Family audition once, and I sucked really bad. And I'm not kidding. It was so bad. And so then they put me on a veil. You know? So, you know, sometimes in your messness, I mean, clearly they know, because they've seen, like with someone like me, they've seen evidence that I can work.
Yeah. I also, another thing that
that's the thought you should have. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
I don't think that's the thought you should have. I think, you know, I think it was like, this morning one of my clients was talking about, like, she missed 2 auditions while she was on vacation. And she didn't have a bad feeling about it. Like, it was like, I'm on vacation. Like, I made those auditions happen, which means more is going to happen. And then she had a big audition on Monday, right? So she just decided to think a different way about it and change her perspective about it.
Yeah.
And that was really profound to me.
Yeah, this summer, when I was at the Summer Games in Los Angeles, the thing, you know, I asked people to write down what's in your way, right? Like, what's in your way, and the number one thing that people wrote down was me, not James, but me, right? That actors recognize that the thing that's in their way is themselves, right? That we get in our own way.
What if you died tomorrow? Get off your ass and go get what you want, or stop saying that you want it.
Well, and also the thing that I say to actors about auditions is, we have to allow rejection to be a part of our business, right?
Yeah.
Like we're good.
How much batters? Tell us about the batters, James.
Well, if you're batting 300, right, which is basically you're hitting 3 out of 10, right? You're getting on base.
Babe Ruth or something, right?
Right. You're doing really well. You're doing really well. But that also means that 7 out of 10 times you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the best.
And that's the best, right? I mean, that means you're doing.
I know one person that does that. What's his face? Dan. I can't think of his name. Dan. Daniel. What's his name, Tina? Is she still here? Daniel Roebuck. Daniel Roebuck.
Okay. Well, so this is what they say. This is from Wikipedia. If you're batting 300, that is considered excellent, right? That is excellent. And imagine being a baseball player and beating yourself up for missing 7 out of 10, right?
Yeah. So what did they go do? They go practice. They get better. Yeah.
And also there's a great story about Michael Jordan, the basketball player, Chicago Bulls, right? There was a somebody noticed that after Michael Jordan missed a shot, he would smile. And they said to Michael Jordan, like, okay, so wait, after you miss a shot, we see you smile. Why are you smiling? And he said, after every shot that I miss, I imagine the ball going in. Right? So with every shot he misses, he imagines the ball going perfectly in. He doesn't beat himself up. He doesn't second guess himself. He just imagines success. And this is this thing of like, you know, we have to allow rejection. Like if you get rejected, it means you actually went out there. Right? Like that's
yeah. And so just think of this. If someone told you, if you just started saving $10 a day from whatever age you are till forever, and you never touch that, you know, if you're young, that, like, just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Put it somewhere where you never touch it. And you don't even think about it. You just do that, and that's separate, right?
Yeah.
And you'll have a whole bunch of money. So, like, if I told you there was $1 million in this room, you would, like, tear everything apart. But I put an actor in this room, and I say, there's a career for you in this room. They're just sitting there. They're not taking action. And they call themselves actors. Right? So what I do is Actors Fast Track. I named my company so perfect, I can't even believe it. But I make people take action, right? And by taking consistent action, they're freaking working on TV, and now they're series regulars. It's crazy. Or series lead.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
It's so exciting. I don't even know. Like I just feel like I'm a part of it, you know, and it was my job to bring the message that I'd been talking about since, you know, since the 80s, right? And it's evolved into what it is, and it keeps going. And you've been such a huge part of that, this like latter part of my journey. I love it. I can't wait to come to your class tonight.
I'm excited.
Let's see, does anyone have any questions? Ask some questions. Love it, and we never actually hear the word no.
Let's see, so Donna Joe Thorndale raised a hand.
Yes.
Is there something to do, you know, what happens when you raise a hand?
Donna Joe, let me see, I got it right here. No, I don't see. Okay, okay, I see the hand. Yes, Donna. Let's see. No. Okay, I'm going to bring you up here so you can ask the questions. I'm not sure this will work. And I want it to.
Oh, she wrote, getting clear about who audience and buyers are for my show.
Oh, okay. So your audience and buyers are, of course, Adam McKay and all that crew, Judd Apatow and all that crew, whatever's the newest, hottest coming out of UCB and Groundling's crew. So if they're like a hot sketch or something right now, like you should definitely hook up with the Alexa Russo. Alexa Russo is one of my clients, and she is in this group called Adele Dazeem, and they have their own show now at UCB, and Wayne Brady came to perform with them, and they do singing improv. So I think like also infusing some of that young blood, because I think you'll really appeal to that, Donna Joe. Also, I think you know, any kind of direct sitcom people too, because like you know, people like you know, the Big Bang guy, whatever, I can't think of anyone's name today. You know, he like, you know, he's made a lot of money. Maybe he wants to do something askew on, you know, and I think the most important thing for you is that you are the captain of your ship, no one else. And you make decisions on who stays, who goes. And no one will ever hold it against you for what you want your show to be. But you have to stand behind that show, Donna Joe. Just stand behind it because you are so freaking talented. So yeah, so the list, I think, look at the young and then look at the usual players. And I would also get like regular sitcom people and maybe even the guys from Workaholics. You never know. And look for people that have money. So you might want to go look for some, maybe some Chinese money because they love food.
We all love food.
No, man, I went to the best Chinese restaurant last night.
Where?
On Knott Street.
Oh.
It was so good. They had soup dumplings
nice.
as good as Arcadia in LA.
Yeah.
It was so good. Yeah.
So
be on my cleanse. Oh, now Tina knows.
So Donna Joe is doing a show where she's a chef?
Yes. It's like
awesome.
Well, it's got other names and it's had many legs over the many years that she's been doing it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know, Tina. It was with Natalie. She made me do it. We went for Chinese food. It was for VIP day. What was I going to do?
For those of you who don't see this, Tina wrote, "Bad Valorie."
I know. Because I did. I went and worked out this morning. There's a Planet Fitness like 2 blocks away, and I had my shake and all that. So.
Yeah. Well, so this is another point, which leads, which is very important, which is we have to know, and this is not about you, Valerie, but we have to know, like, what are the things, if we're getting a message, oh, if you only did X, you'd be successful. Now, right? If you did X, we need to hear that. We need to listen to it, and we need to listen to it to pay attention to the market. Is the market giving us useful information, right? Is the market telling us something? Like if when I was a younger actor, I would hear regularly, oh, if you only lost a little bit of weight, X, Y, Z.
Yeah. And
I looking back on it now, I think there was truth on it, truth in that, because TV and film does add pounds. Now we need to know who we are in the market, right? Because some actors are going to be, when we lose weight, when we gain weight, we're changing who we are in the market, right? Because we're changing the product, and we need to be conscious of, like.
Yeah, but listen, we don't need to think of it that way. We need to be inside of us because my client, Lee Hawkins, went to an audition for Church's Fried Chicken. He's a big guy, and they never hire big people for fast food. But just like that one time that we were walking in the lobby of that hotel barefoot, right? Oh, we weren't having, let me just preface, we were at a retreat. That sounded bad or something. And so you said, imagine that you have shoes on and people treated me like I had shoes on. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Right. Well, again, we have to know.
Church's Fried Chicken spot, and it's on right now, by the way. He's on a game show. It's hilarious.
So we have to know what it is we're selling. We have to know what the product is, and we also have to know our competition, right? And we have to, and this thing that you said, Valerie, of like, who are the people? Like, if you're identifying your doppelgangers who look like you and act like you, we need to pay attention to, like, what are those doppelgangers doing? Like, what are they actually doing? How are they dressing? How are they? We need to be conscious. And so again, I recognize, I hear what you're saying. It's a balance, right? Yeah. We have to be paying attention. We have to pay attention. There's a wonderful. This is an
inside job. It's it's like you're not. It's almost like, I think the shift is you're not putting out. You are putting out to them, but you're drawing them to you. That's the shift in the thought. So it used to be, oh, like me out here, and now it's like you're drawing them to you.
Yeah.
It feels more like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Like, what is the true essence of you? Like,
yeah.
Like what is
it? Sell you. Like, they're buying you. They're not buying a type anymore. You know, so, and know what game you're playing. So are you over here in the agent, you know, get an agent, get the audition, that's the game for you, but you should also flesh that game out. Or are you over here playing, I'm building my platform and getting people to come see me, and now I'm signing with big agents and I am going out because that's what I created. So, like, if you want the answers to those questions and you want people that have helped a lot of people do that, then you really need to make plans to come to our Game Changer event this fall. It's enough time for you to still buy a ticket cheap to Los Angeles if you live somewhere else.
Okay, Valerie.
Yes.
Are you selling out?
What?
Like the Game Changer. What do people need to know to sign up for the Game Changer event in LA?
Yeah.
Like, what do they really need to pay?
You really need to know. This is important. So it's a little different for you guys that have come to our last 2-3 day events. You've been with me in a stage for 3 days, and we've had panels and we've talked. This year, it's different. The first day, Friday, November 3rd, is a private retreat taught by me and my 5 coaches. Okay? And by James and by Tish and by other things. We're creating this deep dive day into the roots of your acting business. So it's very private. We only have 10 tickets left. And you can get them at aftgamechanger.com. The second day, if you decide to just buy the general admission ticket, which is $27, this is what you get for that. You get the first day, which is the Actor Pro Expo, which is November 4th. And this is all taking place in the Hollywood Lowe's Hotel. So you get it's a giant expo. They're negotiating with like Netflix to be there, Amazon. There's going to be all these people that are selling their wares as actor people. And we will be there and we will have a booth. Okay. Then the next day, November 5th, Sunday, is the Game Changer event like we brought you the last 2 years. Okay. So we're going to be in a room. You're going to get coffee and cookies, and you get a lunch break, but it's all working. It's all going to action as a big group with me leading it, and my clients there, and my success stories, my people that are, you know, we had Alexander Skype in this year.
Yeah.
He's on the Americans, and so he had to do that. So we have, you know, because they tell the story, because this is a movement. You know, this is a change. Actors Fast Track, I'm the best person to lead the job. I've been a working actress for 33 years. And, you know, I, like everyone else, went to that acting school and thought that I, you know, would have a career, ta-da. And then I got out and I got an agent that didn't care about me. And then, you know, I struggled, man, I struggled. And I knew I had this inherent entrepreneur self because my parents were entrepreneurs. So, but I knew there was something more I could be doing. And then I met Jay Perry at the Actors Information Project. And he's really the person that started the movement. You know, I just carried the torch all these years, and now it's evolved into what it is. So come and join me at the Game Changer at the Hollywood Lowe's. It will sell out. We only have 10 tickets. It's going to be 30 people we're working with. That's it. You get fed breakfast and lunch. It's $197. Come on. Like, you get fed breakfast and lunch. The Lowe's has amazing food. It's where they take the people after they win the Oscar. The room we're in on Sunday is where they do their Oscar speeches to the press in.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's kind of really great. You know, we're going to have a great time. There's going to be, you know, look, here's the thing. We're going to do a couple more of these before we get there. if you're a beginner, that's great. But what I want you to do is do some work right now or get on the phone with us so you don't come to the event as a super beginner and asking questions that, right? Like, because we're moving forward, right? Yeah. And so just pick something and go with it for the purpose of the event. Because if you're not in action, you'll get out of action afterwards. My big clients, they come from New York and they go do drop-offs and they get into all the studios, right? And they motivate my Los Angeles clients because, you know, we get a little lazy out there and sunburned in the head. We're little girls and boys. We're amazing. You know, I mean, we have 3 amazing male coaches in Los Angeles, Brian, and Scott, and they're all 3 working. They're full-time actors. That's what's really cool. They audition every day for things that you want to be auditioning for. So it's not like, and the system and what I've developed over the last 30 years is given to them and was given to them. So they're preaching my ways. So come and join us at the 3rd annual Game Changer. And get that retreat ticket. Get it today, because after today, there was like a lot of people on this webinar today and a lot of people watching us on Facebook. So get your ticket now if you want to make that retreat.
Yeah, and I want to speak for a second to that. You know, for those of you who are hesitating or questioning or thinking about the money you spend, there is no better investment. This is the reality. Like we as actors, we're in a changing climate. It's a changing world. The industry is changing. If we're not really in the know, there's so much opportunity here right now. I can't tell you guys, when Valorie and I both started out as young actors, we carried pockets of quarters. We'd have quarters in our pockets because our agent would text us on a little pager, and we'd have to call the agent. You know,
I never had a pager. I had an answering service.
Or an answering service. Yeah, you had the highfalutin thing.
You had to call your answering service like twice a day.
Right.
And then that was the beginning. And then we got answering machines. So then you had to check, but at first, I don't know if you could call from an outside source and check them. Could you in the beginning?
No.
I don't think so in the beginning. They started when I was in college, I think.
Yeah, and so right now, I mean, what you have now is you have a system where it's such easy access, right? And the deceptive part of that is that you might sit back and think, well, it's easy access, I'll just wait. But the truth is, it's easy access. So the person who goes out and knocks on the door, right, the person who makes the call, the person who drops off, the easy access means that you have an opportunity to be dynamic in this business in a way that is really extraordinary. But you have to know that other people are doing it, what they're doing that works. These are the steps that Valorie takes people through. These are the steps that Valerie's coaches, and it's working.
You know, like I met just Christina Mueller. I met her a year ago. She went to NYU and she didn't even have an agent. And now, like a year later, you know, she's got this great manager. She missed 2 auditions while she was on vacation. She just had that big audition on Monday, and it's like happening now. And it was just for her about focusing her in on what was going to actually get her work. Yeah, right. Yeah. And that's really all it is. And then it's also about, you know, the thing that is great about us at AFT is that we have and you are part of that. We have like amazing James is an amazing coach. All of our coaches can look at your tape if you're sending in tape and say, oh, you should try doing that, or I'm not sure, let me ask Valorie. You know, because we can look at your tape and go, oh, that's why. So it's not just about getting you to the door, it's getting you on the other side of the door. Like, you know, it's business is big. You know, you have a lot of, when your business gets really big, like when you become a paid actor, you have a lot of balls in place, like juggling, like 12 balls at the time, right? And, you know, you get assistants that can funnel it to other people, but you have to trust that. Ask Tina. She'll tell you. You know, that you have to trust the person that you elect as that. But it gets really big. Right? So it's important to understand that the thing that you're building, if you're really serious about being an actor, is going to be really big if you want it to be really big. Yeah. And it's up to you. You create it. It's the Wild West out there. You know, look who our president is. So it's the Wild West out there. So so go and present your product to the people, because stand in your value. That's, I guess, what I want to leave you with today. I say this to my clients all the time: stand in your value, stand in your value. And when they do, they work. Look at Ellie Smokler. I mean, there's a perfect example of someone that stood in her value, and now she's all the time working, doing exactly what she said she was going to do.
Yep.
She'll be on a sitcom before we blink. You know? And it's just because she said so. You know? We're just guides. We're Sherpas. We're not the hero. You know, we just give you, you know, we point you in the right direction and make sure you get there. You know, that's, and I know how to get, there's a million ways to get there. There's so many ways to get what you want. The important thing is that you need to be in action, and most of you aren't. I have this great vision of LA, and there's many armchairs, and there's a lot of actors just sitting in their armchairs waiting for their career to come to them. You got to get out of the armchair and take action. So go take it to the Game Changer, because you'll take action. Ask Alexa Russo. She came 2 years ago. Go to aftgamechanger.com. I put it on the thing. She came to it, and she's 2 years later, she's the hottest female improv group in Los Angeles. You know, she's making it happen, and she was with a gigantic agent and still is. But that's such a small potato now. It used to be the most important thing. I have the big agent. Let me worship them. No, please don't worship them. No. She doesn't. And now she gets more auditions than she ever did from them.
So I have to jump off because I'm coaching someone for a movie. So
I'll see you tonight.
Yes.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
And I have 3 minutes.
Okay.
So bye, James.
Bye, y'all.
I have 3 minutes, and then I have to shove some food in my mouth. Anyway, it's been really fun having you guys. Tina, we put the Game Changer in there. AFT. I'm doing it again. Okay, you guys. I'm serious about this. Each year, the event, and Carolyn will tell you, and you know, so many of my clients, it's magical. I mean, the people literally, their games get changed, and so it's my pleasure to help actors. I had an actor attack me the other day and say, you know, I was a scam or something. I was like, I help actors every day, and I help actors do very well in their career every day. And I love you guys. And I get great pride in watching my clients book stuff, and they book every week now. It's so exciting. Thank you, Tina. So join us at the 3rd annual Game Changer. And if you're in New York and you're still on the fence about coming, join us this Thursday for the Meetup, which is going to be at the Soho WeWork West from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. You also need to register for that. So go to meetup.com under New York City Actors, and you can register for the meetups. We're going to be there. We're going to have our cute little, look, these are our little things left from the summer games. They're like little playbooks, and they have a necklace, And so I brought them for you guys as a present. And so we're going to have those for you. And we're going to have 3 coaches there, Mathia Vargas, Carolyn Faye Kramer, and me, Valorie Hubbard. And we're going to have a lot of our clients are going to be there, working actors. So come and get some good energy and join us if you're in the city on Thursday. And if you have something to do, cancel it because we'll be better. Okay, I love you all. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do it this way from now on, Facebook Live, and do that. We really want you to join us at our Game Changer. And look, go to Facebook and join the Actor Fast Track Book a Guest Star Challenge, because we post a lot of our stuff there. We give advice. I chime in. The coaches chime in. So, you know, set a goal is what we're trying to get you to do. Set an intention, right? Just like an actor, and then take actions to get it. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you on the flip side. Goodbye. Goodbye.